Good morning, Montgomery County. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. It is Tuesday. It's a beautiful day here, July 17th, 2018. Hanging out in the studio, the Lone Star Community Radio studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. It is going to be a good day today. We got special guests coming into the studio, so stick around for that. We got Priyanka in the studio with Woodlands Eco Realty. So if you have your realty questions, it'll be a great time to visit Facebook, Twitter, social media, all that stuff with Morning's Lone Star. And in the studio with me is, of course, my co-host, Sean.
Hello.
With C3 Content Creative.
You get closer every day.
Every day. Hold on, let me think about this. Content Creative. I always want to say solutions, but it's C squared. So I got our.
Yeah, you got 3 C's in there.
So what's
creative?
Content.
And I create them, so creations.
Oh, okay.
Creative content creation.
There you go. Say it 3 more times for me.
Creative content creations. CreativeContentCreations.com. CreativeContentCreations.com.
Good. I try.
No, it's a valiant effort, my friend. I missed you yesterday.
I know. We were off yesterday. We had a replay, and then I
actually tuned in.
That's one thing I'm still trying to figure out is how to let people know besides our social media that if we have a show or not, and we're working on it, folks. So don't freak out.
Maybe black smoke instead of white smoke, or shooting up red flares.
Well, thanks for joining us. We're brought to you by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Let's do some weather and traffic for the Montgomery County area, and then we'll come back to that. Traffic conditions in the Montgomery County area, everything's looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any accidents or instances in the area, east to west, north to south. No issues at all. If you're heading into Houston, you're going to run some issues at the Shepherd Curve. There is an accident being reported right there in the Houston area. That's I-45 southbound around the Shepherd Curb area, and that's the Shepherd exit, if you don't know what that means. And Highway 69 looks good to go north and south through Montgomery County. So what's weather like going on?
Weather, excuse me, we're already up to 80, high of 97 today. It's getting hotter and hotter. This weekend, looking to be up to 100 degrees high. Global warming? Maybe, maybe not. It's Texas summer, right? And of course, with the high humidity already today, 90%. So it already feels like 88. Good news, only a 1% chance to rain, though.
Yeah.
All week long. So we got some cloudiness, some sunshininess, and a lot of that African dust. If you can't hear it in my voice, that's that African dust.
Actually, I was going to comment. I think that's just normal for you. I don't think there's one episode or one show we've done where you're not coughing.
I wonder what that is.
I think it's just you're so nervous.
Is that it?
I think that's what it is.
My nerves. It could be my nerves.
I don't know. Maybe you just have a throat problem.
Yeah, come over here and give your old Uncle Skippy a kiss here.
That's so gross.
Get off my lawn, you darn kids.
But it was a good weekend, and the World Cup finally happened. So it's over now.
And it blew the prognosticators out of the water. Everyone thought either Mexico or Germany, and they exited relatively early this
Mexico?
time. Yeah, they said Mexico or Germany. Remember the opening, the octopus or whatever, and everyone said it's going to be Germany unless they go out in the semifinals, and they'll definitely be in the semifinals, and then it'll go to Mexico. Well,
yeah, it was kind of a wild ride. It was fun, and I you know what's weird though? I was talking to Holly about it. I remember it was either 2014 or 2010. One of those. I was always watching games. I also think it's the time difference we have because most games were on at like 10 a.m., which is right in the middle of the workday.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I told her, I was like, I'm kind of surprised I didn't really watch a lot. I mean, I probably watched out of all the games, I think I watched 6. And I know that seems like a lot to some people, but there was a lot of soccer being played in the last month and a half. So, and that's one thing that's kind of funny to me. Like, I don't even remember seeing Australia. I was reading an article about how like they got kicked out and this player who's been playing for them for like 24 years or something like that retired. And I was like, they were in the World Cup.
No,
like,
when you say got kicked out, you mean they lost the game or they
got knocked out.
Oh, knocked out. Okay.
And so I was like, I didn't even know they were in the World Cup. So that's like that. I was like, that's pretty bad for not knowing like every single team. I guess I didn't know every single team, but enough to where like I just didn't remember Australia being in it.
There you go.
But yeah, France. You know, my favorite social media funny after the World Cup is it shows you how different countries celebrate. Apparently, they riot and France, and then Croatia just has a party, even though they got second place.
Yeah, well, we'll have. I wonder what Croatian food is.
Russian?
I guess.
I mean, how long was Croatia part of Russia? Ever since like when they weren't always Russian,
right? But that's like saying American food. We got Tex-Mex. We've got California
it'd be more American because we took from other people. I imagine Croatia was something before Russia took it over. And
so what would Russian food be?
I don't know.
Lots of cabbage. I know that. But
I'm just saying with the people who lived there for generations, what were they before Russia? Like before Russia was the USSR, what was it before that?
Well, yeah, the Russian Empire, which became the Soviet Union or the USSR. Now it's the Russian Federation of Independent
What a great
States.
day for history lesson here with Sean, Professor Skippy.
Let's move past that one because who cares?
Well, no, I mean, because I think there was an Anthony Bourdain episode about that in New Mexico that I saw recently, and he basically went through the history of New Mexico because New Mexico has been owned by different types of people and how the food today has been infused by all the different types. So it was like there's Spanish, there's Mexico, and then there's Native American, and then there's American. All like when you go try the foods and different spices. And so I learned a lot about spices that day watching that episode.
So are they maintaining all of Bourdain's shows, like the stuff you'd already...
you can watch. We've been watching them occasionally when we just want to watch something that's fun because his show is really entertaining. It's well produced and it's only 30 minutes. So you're getting a little glimpse of something entertaining. You're not dedicating a whole movie time to it. But yeah, you can watch his CNN show, whatever show is on CNN.
The Parts Unknown.
Yeah, that's on Netflix.
The only Bourdain show I watched and enjoyed was called The Layover, I think, where basically if you're stuck in an airport or, you know, if you're flying internationally and you're stuck somewhere for 24 hours, what you can do, the site basically is telling you, these are the sites you want to see. This is the food you want to try. This is the restaurant you want to, so forth. And I remember one of the episodes, he was at Changi Airport, and I've talked about that. It's the most awesome airport ever. It's in Singapore. And he walked through that and stepped outside to eat some Singapore food. And that was a good episode. I like that one. But how many airports do you know that actually have a butterfly sanctuary in it? Like the one in the museum district where you walk through, there's a little rainforest.
Yeah, but I don't really know a lot of places that's like, hey, let's have an airport and a butterfly museum together.
That's what I mean. How many airports do you know that have that?
So,
yeah.
You don't think all the fumes and stuff would be bad for butterflies?
Oh no, this was very hermetically sealed, truly. So yeah, it was nice, a nice airport. I was there 4 times. Well,
okay,
yeah.
But what else is going on
beyond the travel world? Lots of stuff happened locally. So yeah, the weekend was /busy /relaxed for me. Didn't have to run around too much. Didn't have to drive up to Dallas like I thought I was going to have to. But I was able to get some work done, unpacking the house more bit by bit, cooking some food, filling the pantry.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. How about you? Anything exciting?
We watched World Cup. Family came up, and then we just spent time together. I showed them around Conroe, and then we had Fire Up the Bands. If you didn't know that, they had a sellout.
Did you attend?
No, I was around the area though.
Okay,
and you hear it? Oh yeah, it was kind of packed. So it's pretty noticeable when there's a party going on in downtown Conroe because there's only so many places people can park. So it's like you come down like, oh, something's going on down here. And that's what's going on. It was the last weekend, unfortunately, for the musical comedy murder mystery.
Musical comedy murders in 1940.
Yeah, that was the last weekend. But I think Willy Wonka's
still going.
Yeah.
And rave reviews all around. So go see that. Speaking of Fire Up the Bands, do you know that they raised $15,000 for the Conroe Firefighters Foundation?
Well, it's funny is I wanted to ask them because it's always the details because they changed up the way they did the fundraiser where they did kind of like a private party and then they had a public party at like 9:30 and it was different prices and stuff like that. When they said they sold out of the private party, I was like, well, that means they made a lot of money, right? So now I know how much money they made, $15,000 plus some change for the latecomers.
For the latecomers?
Well, yeah, because they were making the VIP, the non-VIP people.
Right. And you're right. I'm glad it did work out because when I was getting explained to me, I was kind of in my head trying to picture how that was going to work. And if people get uptight going, well, I want to watch them. But I'm glad it really worked out. 15 thou. Well done.
What is also really neat to see a business like the Pacific Art House do a private event. Because that's considered a private event, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of risky, I imagine, on a restaurant's part.
Yeah, they have to weigh the possibility that no one will show up. But
and then when people show up, like, I can't get in here. What kind of crap place is this?
Well, in sitcoms, it always works out. You always have the restaurant with the sign on the door, closed for private party, and no one cares. So maybe it's bled over into reality.
Yeah.
You never know.
Never know. It depends on how hungry I am. Right?
Yep.
If I'm starving.
They'll say, go across the street, go to the corner pub.
It is 9:12 right now. Mornings with Lone Star. We got more to talk about, local stuff, and also interesting things that Sean and I need to catch up on. If you got a comment, question, or anything, please visit us on YouTube Live, Facebook Live. We'd love to have your comments. We can hear you right there. We're broadcasting live. And also, you can hear us worldwide at OurLoneStar.com. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. We'll be right back.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
A Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with the Lone Star Community Radio.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Cool, babies. Strange but not a stranger. I'm an organ burning down the house.
All right. Welcome back. Mornings of Lone Star, irlonestar.com/MWLS for Mornings of Lone Star. Here every weekday morning, 9 to 11 a.m. We're broadcasting live on Lone Star Community Radio and, of course, our YouTube and Facebook page. Join us. We got special guests coming in today around 10 o'clock. We got Priyanka Jory with Woodlands Eco Realty, and we're going to talk about buying homes, selling homes. And
right. And
others.
also,
she also does a lot of like nonprofit stuff. We'll get to that.
Right.
Whatever. Who cares? And that's reserved for her at 10 o'clock. We're very excited about having her in. That means if you have questions for her, just message us, whatever.
Yeah,
so,
we're easy.
I've been having this conspiracy theory going on, and I want to know people's thoughts. And this isn't concrete. I'm not reporting actual facts here, but I've just kind of noticed something that's really strange, and it has to do with philanthropy, if I'm pronouncing that correctly,
You
of rich
did.
people. So it was been recently announced that I saw that Warren Buffett, who's a rich dude, is donating $3.4 billion to the Gates and family charities. This is from Reuters.com, so you know it's like 100% true.
Reuters, but you were very
Reuters,
close.
whatever.
You're very close.
So my conspiracy theory question is, why does it always seem that rich people donate to rich people's stuff?
So rich people donating to other rich people.
Yeah. Like I've probably seen this headline in some shape or form. Buffett or like rich dude donates to rich dude.
Well, I think there are many reasons for it. One off, it's you get more publicity for it because both sides.
Well, do you think Warren Buffett's in a position where he needs publicity?
Yes.
Why?
You can always need more money because if you can afford to, how many billions is it?
3.4.
3.4 billion. You're gonna have to replenish that sooner or later because there's only so much tax break you get on that.
Yeah.
And so let's say if I'm worth 10 billion. Well, if I give out 3.4 billion a year in 3 years, it's gone. So, you want to replenish it. Because it does great things, but it's also not truly altruistic because you get a tax break.
Well, do you feel though that if you make reports like 3.4 billion, me being an average person, like I won't donate to them anymore because like they's got 3.4 billion.
And that's the other reason. It's a very good point. I think that's why they don't give it to Red Cross because it's like Red Cross gets $3 billion from Warren Buffett. People are going to go, well, then Red Cross doesn't need my money.
I just smell something suspicious.
Well, it's also I think the donor gets a better say in where the money goes to. You give to Red Cross or Salvation Army or Goodwill or Amnesty International, and it goes into a slush fund. You can't say, I want this to, rebuild Puerto Rico or, I want to help Hawaii. It just goes into a slush fund and you have no real control. I give it to Bill Gates. It's like, hey, Bill.
To give you an idea, $24.5 billion he's given to the Gates Foundation.
Wow.
So
there's a cozy bedfellow relationship there.
Like, I want to check this out now. So I'm asking, do you think there's something suspicious there?
But okay, so what's
or do
the
you think it's
Gates
just,
Foundation?
Do you think it's just the rich people's club?
I think it's the rich people's club. They
like,
get to
when you go out play crochet or whatever. It's like, oh hey, by the way,
croquet, but you were very close.
I'm trying to keep you on your toes.
You're doing awesome.
More Conroe coffee, but I think it's a little suspicious.
I think a lot of it, the primary reason for rich people to give to other rich people's foundations, and if you notice, that $3.4 billion is not going to the Clinton Foundation. It's not going to a political foundation.
Are they still open?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're still open, but what I'm saying, it's not going political. This is a nonpartisan, going to Bill Gates Foundation. I'd like to see what Bill Gates puts it out for, but I'm guessing advancing technology in developing nations and increasing technological education awareness in America.
Yeah, it seems like there's a bunch of other organizations under the Gates.
Right, yeah, the foundation is this umbrella, and then you can pick and choose. And so this is where they get to pat each other on the back. Hey, Bill, remember that $3.4 billion I gave you last year? Check out this stock for me. So there is some back scratching going on. So it's not complete. I'm not being cynical about it because they are benefiting.
It's just kind of interesting.
It is odd.
Who controls the money? Just rich people.
But it's money that's going to nonprofit.
Controlled by a rich person.
There you go. Well, would you rather a poor person control your money?
I don't know. I think there's a conspiracy theory. That's all.
There you go. Well, if there's a conspiracy theory, AAA cannot be far behind. What do they get out of it?
They get more money.
I can't argue with that. We haven't talked about AAA in a while. We got to get them back on the air, find out what the latest world domination plans are.
Yeah. I figured I just want to see what your thoughts on that were. And then, my other topic I always like talking about is the CEOs that get in trouble. So, the guy from Papa John's is continuously being in the news for different, it's like you can just see it going down.
Idiocy, yes.
You can just see it going down. And Mama John's is going to be the new name for it, for the pizza company.
Oh, I missed that.
No, I'm just kidding. I made that up.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, I made that up. But
well played, sir.
Now Tesla guy is in trouble because he's been, going on Twitter and doing stuff.
I think Elon Musk may have smoked something over the weekend because you hear what he did.
Didn't he call someone a pedo?
Well,
Or
yeah,
pedo,
he
or-
didn't call just someone
How do
a
you
pedo,
correctly pronounce that? Is it
Pedo.
Pedo? Okay, thank you.
but
I thought that was a diving acronym.
no.
I really thought that was like the joke, and no one
No.
ever corrected it. I wonder if it is, though.
No, there are some people that have a hair trigger that you say the wrong thing and they just go nuclear. And something happened in Elon Musk's brain, justified or not, meaning whatever it was said, I have no idea what it was, but it set him off. And he didn't call just somebody implied they were a pedophile. It was the head of the rescue team, a former SEAL. Because he's like, I didn't even see that guy there. I don't even think it was there. And apparently this all stemmed from Musk dropped off his little submarine. Remember, he was okay. And they didn't use it because they looked at it and knew it wasn't going to work. They said, listen, this thing's 5 feet long. It won't go around corners. You know, there are parts where there's water. There's parts where there's no water and it's too heavy to take out of the water. You know, it's not going to work. And Musk just went off on them saying, I'm going to
Well, he's
pilot
always,
it through
he's always
myself.
been one of those few people who are not afraid to defend themselves.
And that's enough to defend yourself, to say, hey, okay, if this doesn't work, let me know what I can do. But you just don't show up in the middle of a rescue thing with a 5 foot long cylinder and say, here, use this. Oh, if you don't, you're a pedophile. That's not defending it, because they said, sorry, it's not going to work. It's too big. It won't go around corners. It's not flexible. You got to drag it over stuff that's not going to work. And it only fit one boy at a time as well. It wasn't a group thing. In other words, you think a little submarine, I'm thinking little Nautilus, little Beatles yellow submarine. No, this was basically a photon torpedo where they put the body in to shoot out in space. And Musk just went off on it, accused the guy of never being there, saying that he was going to pilot it himself.
My favorite
find
is
his
bet
room.
a signed $1. It's true. So he
was smoking something, or he missed his medication. If he's taking medication for some chemical imbalances, I think he missed a dose, because that was nuclear option. I know, read it. It's just, and with the difficulties that Tesla is in right now, I think he needs to.
Well, the reason I brought
brush
it up is because we talked about the direct connection to losing a business to the CEO's behavior. And like we talked about Jeff Bezos, that'll never happen to him because Amazon's just too big.
Yeah, well, Jeff Bezos is now personally worth $150 billion. So he could do a satanic goat slaying ritual with, just do horrible things and just walk away with billions of dollars in the bank account. So we must hope that he decides not to.
I'm just waiting for the true story about the cave, like how the kids, because I was reading one thing about it. They actually had to swim at the very beginning to get into the cave.
Yeah, and that's what happened. As they swam there, it's just like, 50 yards or whatever. And then you go in there, right behind them, this monsoon came. So while they're there, they finished the swimming.
Well,
they're there,
I'm
and that's when the
visually
monsoon
thinking
hit.
about walking into a cave, and then it's like, oh, hey, here's a tight spot. We got to swim through it.
But it's not the first time. That place where they went to, the particular cave, was a ritual that had been going for many, many years.
So what do you think is going to happen with Elon? You think he's going to do an investigation on this guy?
No, I
To
think
prove he's right?
I think Elon's PR guy brought a big old roll of duct tape.
Yeah.
And said, Elon, let's talk, you and I.
Bet a signed $1. I like that saying now. But
yeah, Elon.
Yeah. We want to go to space, man. I don't want to spend $200,000 to the other people.
Well, he could just repurpose his little 5 foot long torpedo tube into his little rocket. Okay, so we're going to shoot you straight up and straight down, and let's hope this parachute deploys.
Yeah, I figured you enjoy that.
I did enjoy that very much.
Well, before we go to break, anything else going on?
Well, when we come back, there's some local stuff that's been happening, which is nice. Let's spend some time talking about the local stuff. And nationally, a couple of towns are getting more and more into this, what's called a basic wage, basically giving people money for free, for no strings attached, just so they're not broke anymore. We can see how that's going to turn out. And internationally, we could always talk about the Helsinki Summit.
Well, you know what I need to do is I was reading what the Gates Foundation does. Well, one of their things, they researched innovations in toilets.
Awesome.
For countries that are in a situation where plumbing and things aren't as well established. So what they could do is go to San Francisco, because apparently they have a feces problem.
Well, yeah, when you invite people to say, just poop on our street.
So there we go. You gotta make the rich people talk and then be like, hey, we got a feces problem. There's a video of the new mayor in San Francisco walking, and you can see a dude shooting up a needle, like in the video for walking. I was like, that's pretty crazy.
Holy cow.
I was like, I'd be kind of weird if that was staged, but do you think someone would stage something like that?
Well, unless they go, okay, the mayor's coming, quick, grab a fake needle. No, it wasn't staged.
And she's like, there's just feces everywhere. So yeah, talk to the Gates Foundation. They have plenty of innovations with toilets.
Right, there you go. The waterless toilet, I think, could be what they're shooting for.
Wouldn't that just be a vacuum in that way airplanes have?
Well, yeah, kind of. Because, your typical toilet flush takes a minimum of 1.5 gallons.
Gross. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio. Mornings Lone Star. We'll be right back.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out ourlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Is there someone you know who is hooked on vintage aircraft? Follow the Commemorative Air Force and its fleet of World War II planes, including the mighty B-17 Flying Fortress Texas Raiders, which is based in Conroe, Texas. Texas Raiders tours locally and all around the United States, offering the public a chance to put their hands on aviation history. What could be a more perfect gift than a flight on a historic B-17? Taking to the sky on the iconic bomber is an experience that will never be forgotten. For the touring schedule, reservations, or more information, go to b17texasraiders.org or call 855-FLY-A-B-17.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Welcome back, Mornings Lone Star, with Skippy.
Hello.
And me, Dick. It is 9:31. Hanging out in the studio. Yeah, CEO's getting crazy.
Getting cray-cray out there.
I still like this Papa John's deal. Like, each time I read a new headline, it's like another level of, like, awesome.
Didn't he recently go on the record saying, I don't feel I should have resigned?
Well, what's strange is he goes on a radio station, a local radio station, to talk about this. So I wonder if he's just like a frequent guest. And it's like, Papa, come on. Come on the radio again. Tell us about what's going on, because I think what I've read is the PR company blackmailed him for $6 million, and he didn't pay it, so they released the tape. That's a headline I read.
Wow.
And then I read that he was kicked out of his office at the corporate building.
Mm-hmm.
So I read that. So I think when all the dust settles down over here in Houston, we'll see what really goes on.
My thought is
he didn't donate enough money to Bill Gates Foundation.
There you go. But he also lost the NFL sponsorship. They were the official pizza of the NFL. That's huge. And to lose that on your watch in a normal
he
business.
Caused the loss. He didn't lose it on his watch. Like, he caused it.
True.
So
in a normal world, that would have gotten you fired as CEO. Golden parachute or not. That's like
telling you they're going to change the name to Mama John's or something.
Uncle John's. Creepy Uncle John's Pizza.
What would you rename that company to?
Well,
if you're listening, you're on Facebook, let us know what you would rename Papa John's to. And I want to get back with Brett, because Brett made an interesting comment on Facebook Live about the Elon Musk. Like, apparently he's being berated for 2 weeks or whatever about the sub. I think that's what happens when you go on Twitter. Like, if you're on a platform that's available to everybody, you're gonna get stuff thrown at you.
True, but and I don't want to say but, and on top of that, the issue with Musk here, one, he went nuclear option. And I know Brett knows.
I don't think he did, though. I wouldn't call
to
that.
call someone a pedo.
I mean, I think that was
publicly.
I think that's like
not
I
just
found
someone.
Out,
it was the guy who oversaw saving these kids.
Well, no, what I saw after that, I read, I was like, why would he even call? That's kind of random, isn't it? And then apparently that's kind of a stereotype in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's not necessarily the nuclear option. It's more of like a distasteful comment to say about something.
I swear to God, that's just like saying all black people are criminals or all Mexicans are illegal. All white men in Thailand are pedophiles.
Mm.
No, you can't get away with that ever. And if you're CEO of a corporation,
what happens if he's right? What would happen in a weird world, and then like somehow it comes out that he was right about name calling like that? Is that really? It's still
then he's not held for slander anymore. Right now, he's up on a huge honking lawsuit. You can't accuse someone of being a pedophile.
Well, he deleted it from Twitter, so it never happened.
Oh yeah, there you go. And also remember, it just wasn't someone. This was the guy that oversaw the rescue of 14.
Well, it sounds like no one really knows what's going on.
Well, I think on our end, the media is being told, let's just look. Helsinki. Look over here. Don't look at Musk. Look at this instead. And the incoming news is who wants to take Musk down.
All right. So now we have a listener, Missy, commenting about the pizza deal. So we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But closing thoughts on the Elon thing.
Elon, shut up, man. You're a CEO. You're supposed to hold yourself to a
don't
higher
listen
standard.
To him. Just do what you want.
Supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard.
You're going to space. You can leave everyone behind.
Don't go nuclear option. And here's the thing. He's sulking because they didn't take his idea. That's all there is to it. He brought a piece of equipment that was impractical for the job at hand. And they told him it ain't going to work. And he said, well, let me know. He should have said, let me know what I can do. Instead of saying,
I read that's what he said in the email. He's like, we're going to continue working on it. But if you need it or whatever, we're here.
Well, they rescued the boys. And then on the heels of that, he starts going off on the rescuer. How did A go to B?
How sure are you that he's the rescuer? 100%?
He oversaw the rescue of the so someone waving at us.
You're 100% sure?
Yes.
Okay. I'll remember that. We were recording this show for podcast.
You know it.
Because I feel like there's a lot of things going on in this story that isn't clear yet. I meant the whole cave thing. Not Elon specific story, but the whole thing.
We will find out.
So hopefully it's not crazy, but we'll find out. But Papa John's, what would you rename it to?
Ooh, good question. You said Misty had a point?
Well, she just said we should call it a crappy, expensive ripoff of Little Caesar's $5 pizza. Which I'm going to have to say deny that.
Well,
it's not the same as $5.
There's also Papa Murphy's pizza, which is they give you a raw pizza and you put it in the oven yourself to make you somehow feel better with life. I have no idea what the scoop is on that. So they should get rid of the Papa part.
And get rid of the John's part. You can call it like Johnny's Pizza.
Well, Johnny Bravo's Pizza. You can do something because the problem with rebranding, if you get too far away from the original, sometimes you want to. But let's say if Subway, after the whole Jared likes little kids revelation,
In Subway, yeah.
so they could have changed it to,
But Jared also
Empire sandwiches.
Well, he
and it would've-
also wasn't the owner of the.
But he
wasn't named. Subway wasn't named after Jared.
Okay, we all know Jared, right? Quick, tell me the name of the CEO of Subway.
Never knew. Who he was.
That's my point. He was
Do
a
they even
public
have
face.
a CEO?
It's not CEO so much as the public face.
Okay.
Some companies
Yeah.
have hi, I'm Cy Sterling. I like the company so much I bought
What
it.
I would do if I was Papa John's, I would rehire Peyton Manning and make him CEO, and you could probably do some funny commercials with Papa.
You know what? Peyton's Pizza.
Call it Papa Peyton. Papa Peyton.
Papa Peyton's Pizza. Pay.
I'm telling you, Papa Peyton Pizza, and then you can almost do like an IHOP thing and just kind of joke around, and then like 6 months later, oh, we're going back to the original name. It was a joke.
Quick segue. So my mother calls me yesterday from Dallas, see what's going on. And she's like, yeah, I'm at IHOP right now. I just ordered a burger. And I'm like, which one? So she she ordered the same special we did. And she's like, is it going to be really good? And I said, it will pass.
Especially when you're in a
test of-
competition of different places that serve the same food.
Yeah, I'll do a follow-up on her today. I'll get her burger rating review from IHOP in Dallas because we were severely underwhelmed with our burgers.
Yeah.
They were burgers. They
That's what I'm saying.
fulfilled
Like,
the legal
that's-
requirements of burgerness. But other than that, there was nothing to write home about.
That's funny. I'm just wondering what I'm telling you. Get Peyton Manning back into the commercials
Peyton's Pizza.
because you can't change it, Papa John. You can't change it because how would you be different from any other pizza place?
Well, that was what separated Papa John's from Domino's. Little
Better
Caesars,
ingredients, better pizza.
Well, no, Little Caesars, they're cheap. That's their shtick. You
Yeah.
get exactly what you pay for. But you know what? For the most people, pizza's pizza. And then they added the deep
Did
dish.
you just say pizza?
Pizza. I did. So there's that Papa Murphy's. It's raw. They throw it together. It's not cooked. They give it to you. You cook it yourself. Domino's delivers. That's their thing. Everyone, Pizza Hut was, they
had the buffet. They had the family style, but then I don't think they have that anymore, do they?
Well, no, they downsized that a bit because
And
they
now they have
also
the wings.
sucked in Pizza Inn, I believe. Yeah, so there's Pizza Hut and wings, hot wings or whatever they called. So they've all got a shtick. What separated Papa John's from everything else is they were all American.
I thought it was just
we're
more,
NFL.
They just proclaimed that they had better ingredients. It's a better made pizza for.
Is it?
I would say out of all the pizza, I'd prefer Papa John's.
See, I prefer the cheapest ones.
Really?
No. To me, for the most part, like with coffee, for the most part, coffee's coffee. Pizza's pizza. When I smoked, a cigarette was a cigarette. But there were, of course, you had the really good ones and the really bad ones, so you know to avoid those. And I love the cost of Little Caesars. If I'm feeding, if I have a big rehearsal and I'm feeding 20 cast members, I can buy 5 pizzas for $25.
Yeah.
And try that with Domino's. Now, of course, I don't have the delivery option, so sometimes it's worth paying more and getting Domino's delivered for you.
Yeah, Missy said Mr. Gaddy's. I remember that place.
Mr. Gaddy, Mrs. Skippy used to work at Mr. Gaddy's many years ago.
Double Days took over the Pizza Hut family thing. And I guess Cece's Pizza did too.
But Cece's is the loan that you go
They
there.
don't deliver there.
They don't deliver, and it's just all the cheap pizza.
It's almost
you can
like,
eat.
why would you have a pizza place and not deliver?
Because this is the place to let the kids run. Think about how many places are
but
left in America.
I feel like if you have a pizza place, you deliver. Well, you got to.
But it's not a pizza place traditionally. It's a let your kid run riot.
We live in Spring on over there in Louetta and Student Airline area. And that's where I grew up. And there's a place called Jackpot Pizza. It was like kind of like a mom and pop place. And that was the go-to place. Like that's my favorite.
Jackpot Pizza?
Jack.
No, it's a marijuana distribution front.
It doesn't surprise me. There's only like every time I went, there was like 2 kids under the age of 18 working there. So
I'd like to order a deep dish with extra oregano.
There's another place there. I forgot what. I was actually literally on the corner of Student Airline and Louetta, across from Klein. I forgot what it's called though.
I know the location. I'm picturing it in my head, but I don't remember there being a pizza place.
Like you go inside and eat too.
And of course, you've got your local. It's like a Chinese restaurant. It's not a chain. You got an ultra local. At the end of my street, I've got this. It's called Brothers Pizza, and the entire office, the entire facility is literally the size of our studio. It's the entryway is probably the size of your booth, and then all the ovens are like big enough for here. They're not the cheapest, but they are really good, and they're always very friendly there.
Did you hear the argument that deep dish pizza or Chicago deep dish pizza isn't pizza?
Chicago. Well, I thought Chicago and deep dish are two different things.
I thought it was like all the same.
Like, I thought Chicago was like there's a New York where it's like a really huge one where you kind of fold it in half and eat it. Is that New York style?
Deep dish.
No, I know deep dish, but I mean, I thought that was Chicago style. Somebody help me out here.
Yeah, that's somebody's argument though, is that deep dish isn't real pizza.
What is it then? It's kind of a non-eggy quiche or lasagna. Just a very doughy lasagna.
But there are a lot of pizza places, and a lot of those pizza places don't deliver. And I think that's wrong.
And they have to have a shtick to get people to come in, whether it's the price of the service. And John, what's his name? Former Papa. He's left behind a company that really hasn't stood out. They'll need to do something radical to bring people back.
Yeah, well, without the NFL, it's kind of like, where do you order pizza? I don't really,
because no one else, the NBA is not going to pick him up now. He's messed up.
My favorite pizza is the pizza that tastes good after you reheat it.
I eat it cold. What do you mean reheat it?
Or eat it cold.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors into ordering pizza.
Little Caesars.
Still, you look like one of those Little Caesars. You're listening to Morning Lone Star.
I look like Little Caesar.
943. We accept all pizza here. So if you want to deliver pizza here, we'll accept it and we'll eat it. You're listening to Lone Star. Actually, I take that back. I had sardines on my pizza before. I ain't doing that again.
Sardines or anchovies?
Sardines and anchovies.
No. You don't mix your fish?
Well, not like at the same time.
Oh, okay.
But
no, not sardines. And don't tell my wife because she loves sardines.
Way too big.
Go figure.
I don't know why. I went to those like special pizza places where they do off,
like California Pizza Kitchen.
Like whatever you want on it. And I'm like, I will try that. And then you listen to Lone Star Community Radio. We'll be right back.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, president of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Welcome back. 947 here on Mornings Lone Star. irlonestar.com worldwide. And of course, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 brought to you by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Special guest today, Priyanka Jory with Woodlands Eco Realty. We're going to learn more about that. And also, she saves a lot of animals.
You're a Mutt's Animal Sanctuary.
I think what she does is when they sells the house, any animal in it, she takes. So
actually, you buy a house from her, you might end up with a puppy, bow tied.
One thing is also vice versa. Like you're moving. I don't want this dog anymore. Give it to Priyanka.
I'm sure she has many at her sanctuary that's happened. Although if she's representing a client that they don't like animals, she may just say, go to Remax.
That's true.
Go elsewhere.
People have a soft spot for animals. It's great.
Yes, Misty's kind of backing up your thought. We're just going to wrap up the pizza discussion, but she's wrapping up your thought saying that if you don't deliver, you're missing out on a key demographic.
Yeah.
The stoner demographic.
I bet you some money up on the dollar, signed dollar. Is that what it is?
On the signed dollar.
I bet you a signed dollar that Taco Bell has those kind of conversations. Like in their boardroom. Let's make food to cater to the stoner community, the marijuana people. I bet they do.
Right. Well, and Whataburger is actually kind of a smart idea, maintaining their breakfast menu that it starts at 11 p.m. and goes to 11 a.m. That is...
You know what they're doing that's remarkably smart is you can buy their products in H-E-B.
Whataburger?
Yeah, you can buy their pork, sausage, and you can buy all their condiments. It's like the honey butter and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You can get that, and you can get bacon.
Interesting. I had no idea.
They make a pancake mix. What else have I seen? But yeah.
Well, see, now I'm jonesing for a bit of a Whataburger breakfast now.
Yeah.
But no, they're catering flat out 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. That is that's special breakfast time. It's second breakfast.
Yeah, but that's normal though. Like if your place is open 24 hours, to me 11 to 11 is the normal breakfast time for restaurants.
But no, not the overnight. Even on the when a McDonald's used to be, until recently when McDonald's had their breakfast menu become 24 hours, breakfast only went from 6 to 10:30.
They never did night stuff?
Nope.
Huh. Were they 24 hours?
Even those that were 20. Whataburger was the first one to do the 24-hour drive-through. And then others kind of latched on to it when they realized a good thing was happening. But until just a few months ago, when they made their breakfast, McDonald's made their breakfast menu 24 hours. Breakfast time was 6 to 10:30 period. So they missed out on that whole during the night. Someone's late at night. They're coming up for air from playing 18 hours of Doom or whatever the kids are playing nowadays, Call of Duty. And or they sleep in late, mildly hungover. They need a little hair on the dog. They'll go grab themselves a breakfast taquito from Whataburger.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like Pavlov's dog in a bell tower. I'm just kind of drooling a little bit here.
But yeah, I bet those conversations at the boardroom are really funny.
Yeah, right. What can we get away with this time? How can we let people know? It's like in the 70s, there was this commercial for this product called Gold Star Ointment.
Okay.
And it would flash up on the screen and the scroll moving upwards. Everything it took care of. Psoriasis, itches, bug bites, mosquito bites. It was designed to cure a social disease parasite. Basically, it was designed to get rid of crabs, but they couldn't say that on TV. So they were trying to figure out how can we let people know what this is for without actually telling them what it's for.
Well, is the word crabs like the official medical term?
I think they're called genital ticks or something like that. Something funky.
If you're a doctor and you know the medical term for crabs.
If you're a doctor or master of useless.
No, only a doctor. I don't believe anyone else if you're not a doctor. I got in so much trouble with Holly about that.
Oh, what happened?
About the difference between a nurse and a doctor.
No, ask her the difference between a nurse and a nurse practitioner. I found that one out by a nurse practitioner.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable how much difference there is between those two.
Yes, indeed.
So it's pretty funny though.
Yes, lice.
Crab lice.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you, Crab. Okay, so did you see this local story about a Conroe woman biting a nose off another person and swallowing?
Okay, of all the local
swallowing
news,
it?
I missed that one. Talk to me.
Yeah, Jessica Collins, 41, was arrested by Harris County Precinct 4 constables early Friday morning. Apparently, they were responding to an assault, and the group of women went to the bar, apparently, where they indulged themselves and went back to one of the women's houses, and then they got in a fight. And she bit the nose off of another woman and then swallowed the nose.
Ow. I'm kind of cringing a little bit here.
You think she accidentally swallowed it? Because, when you get heated in the fights, like, you can't really control a lot of things you do. You're trying the best to control. And then it's like...
No, because I think the natural reaction would be to spit it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're going down... We're perilously close to going down a rabbit hole here. But so I'm trying to be mature when I say...
Well,
if something's bitten, if there's something foreign in your mouth that you don't want, you spit it out.
So
the swallowing is a conscious... You ain't getting this bad.
So friends of the victim launched a GoFundMe page to raise money for medical costs, adding, because of the missing piece that was never recovered, this person needs reconstructive plastic surgery.
Wonder where they got the new nose from.
I imagine they did have a lot of probably a cadaver.
It could be, although a couple of weeks ago I saw a news headline. A quick segue here. There's a gentleman who was born without his man part. It was a genetic thing.
It happens.
Yeah, unfortunately. And they actually created one for him and took multiple skin grafts from his arm. I was like, hey, just use the whole arm, people.
Do you think the Dr. Frankenstein stuff, like when you're in school and you're kind of connecting the dots, how to perform that kind of surgery? Because it's not like point A to point Z. It's like, hey, we got to get to F, which is make a new one. How are we going to do that? So you're sitting there in your lab trying to make a private part.
Mm-hmm.
That's what do you think it happened overnight, or do you think it took like 60 years of research?
I think it's an ongoing process where the original was.
There's a lot of money, sir. Can you imagine going to the first year of medical school where they have all the entry fields in medical school, and you got that one dark table in the corner? And it's like
genitalia replacement.
Grow some private parts. It's a new budding field.
Well, they're growing human ears on mice and stuff.
Yeah,
and that cloning thing. So pretty soon, I think something like that would be there. Because there have been cadaver replacements, as it were, but this one they fashioned it from his own body, his own DNA, I shall say. How do we get on that? We were talking about body parts somehow.
I talk about that lady in Conroe bit off the nose.
No, yeah. So getting the nose back. Can't they just grow a new nose? Or
I don't know. Well, they're raising money for it.
Okay. Well, best of luck to her.
So maybe we could try to get her in.
Speaking of arresting locally, so recently 7 prostitutes were arrested in a week-long operation here in Montgomery County in Conroe.
So 7?
7 of them.
Where in Conroe?
I'm on street corners.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
like old school?
Yeah. They were targeting the street level prostitution.
What street? Where are they on?
I can find. Are you curious? I can just verify that I was indeed elsewhere.
I always wondered how people could report that kind of stuff because they probably don't want to say the street corner,
right?
Because of people's interests. But then it's kind of like, well, what's the point of saying it then?
Now, this is where I sound like the horrible, horrible person. The Conroe Courier has mugshots of these ladies. Yeah.
Were they part of the fight? The nose fight?
I don't think they're part of the nose fight. They could have been part of fights.
You know what? I know this sounds bad, but they look like they worked corner and corner.
That's what I was trying how not to say it like that, but they were not your TV movie. They were not your Julia Roberts hookers. The ones that just, what are you doing being a prostitute? So,
Brett, I tried. Okay, I tried to ask, try to figure it out. Couldn't get the addresses from Skippy.
Other local news, since we got a couple of minutes left, I want to do a shout out to Heather Orr. She's the former Montgomery High School choral teacher. She has now been named the director of the Montgomery County Choral Society. And I'll be talking.
Is that a lateral move? Like, what in the world of choral societies?
Well, you're a little high school coach, and then you're overseeing
Aren't they a really big deal here?
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to be Heather, if you're listening, I'll be calling you soon because in just a few short months, next spring, we'll be having our Rising Stars and Legends here in Montgomery County. And I'm looking for talent for that. So I will be calling you, Heather. If you're listening, be warned. If you know her, warn her.
Yeah. Okay, before we go, though, I had to ask you this because you probably know more about academia than I do. I was reading an article about Vermont Law School revoked 12 of their 19 professor tenures.
Okay.
When tenure has been announced, and I would love if an audience member is listening and help me out understanding, I thought tenure was a guarantee.
Yes.
So when you do something like this, does that mean you get sued?
They're opening themselves up for a lawsuit. That's the problem with permanent placement like tenure.
Yeah.
And see, that's why there's that shift in unions, where the Supreme Court just ruled you can no longer force someone to join your union. Unions, that's a death knell to unions. I have a feeling that union representation will plummet very soon, because it was like with the ACA, and this is not an anti-Democrat thing or anything. People going, oh yeah, 14 more million people are now covered by healthcare. No, 14 more million people were forced to get healthcare. There's a difference. So when the current president removed the individual mandate,
you're saying the union stuff, that's only for governmental.
No, it's unions. Unions were forcing people to pay dues.
Yeah, but
whether or not they were in the union.
But not every single union.
No, not every single union, but enough of them where they said no union can do this now.
Okay.
And much like, so it's all the perception. When the individual mandate of the American Affordable Care Act was revoked by the current president, people going, oh, now 14 million fewer people are being covered. No, they can still be covered. They just they're not being forced anymore.
So the tenure thing.
By guaranteeing someone permanent employment, you take it away, you shouldn't do it.
Well, Vermont's arguing, law school is arguing that they needed to restructure the program, which, I mean, granted, that might be a big deal. And when you find yourself having 19 professors on tenure, meaning they're never going to die or never going to leave, they have to figure out how to pay them.
And so that's the problem now. And Brett was going where I was going. You can lose tenure, but it's usually on the professor for a felony, something hardcore. It's also like diplomatic immunity. It can be revoked. You can't just get diplomatic immunity and then go murder people in the street. It can be revoked by your host nation, by your mother nation, immediately, and you are subject to the laws of the land. So it's a mistake to offer permanent anything, or we're going to pay for you forever, and then figure out what happens if we don't have that money anymore. Stuff like this happens.
Well, I mean, how long has tenure been around?
Oh, I would presume countless decades. I can't go so far to say centuries.
But they don't offer that anywhere besides universities, right?
Not as tenure. No.
Okay. Interesting. I'm always trying to wonder that stuff out. Do you have tenure?
I do not have tenure.
Too bad. Here's on Lone Star Community Radio. Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We got Priyanka coming in pretty soon. So if you have your realty questions, save it and let us know on Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe, and worldwide on the irlonestar.com.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone. Addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information, Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris. And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
Don't miss Lone Star Community Radio on TV and YouTube. Our talk show and music shows are featured on Our City TV, Suddenlink Channel 12, and have their own YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with posted shows and comment on them below the video.
Shakedown. Dreams walking in broad daylight. 306, get 5 degrees.
Welcome back. Morning's Lone Star. Dick and Skippy on the air. 10:05 on the dot. Creeping up to 82 degrees already. We did determine, or Brett did determine that, quote, we don't have the money is indeed a valid reason for revoking tenure. But it kind of proves my point. Don't promise stuff to people with the condition of, I'm going to, you're safe. You can't be fired until you can be, until we run out of money. So just that's my take on that. But I do feel for, these professors being out of a job and hope they get employment soon. I hate anyone losing their job in any way, shape, or form. So there we go. Later on, assuming all things go well, we'll have Priyanka Jory in the studio. She runs Woodlands Eco Realty as well as Pure Months Animal Sanctuary and just loves animals. And she loves coffee too. So we'll have Conroe Coffee ready for her as she walks into our our studio that has been beautifully cleaned by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
So tell me about this spree killer you're telling about in Houston.
Yeah, so Jose Gilberto Rodriguez has been caught after a chase. This is we had our own serial killer here in Houston. 3 people dead. Horrible. I don't want to give this guy too much press. There's enough of it going out there. But a bad man.
How did they connect all the murders? Is it like just
timeline?
It was based off description of the
timeline. And let's say, the first person was murdered and their car was stolen. So that car is, if the second crime, someone says, oh yeah, I saw this blue Buick Impala or, whatever, using timelines using security footage. It's easy to tie together, especially, same MO of death. So fortunately, only 3 people were killed because this guy allegedly has zero concern for human life and was an actual. He's been by Chief Garcia, HPD Chief Garcia has been called a serial killer. So it's not just a guy going on a little killing spree, like robbing.
I always wonder what that really means. Does that mean is that for public reasons or is that for actual prosecution reasons? Like we can W a serial killer, which means we can send you to, life.
Good question
life,
on that. Because as a serial killer, well, here's the thing that would almost cover you. It's like,
I feel like it's more of a buzzword.
Well, yeah, it is, because to give it a legal tack, this is going to sound weird, but a serial killer would be better off than someone who committed a hate crime killing. Okay. Because hate crime, as a serial killer, I didn't hate him. I'm a psychopath. I like killing people. So there's no hate behind it. So you're not under the hate crime statute. There's no motive. There's not felony murder. Like, okay, if I'm robbing a bank, if I'm committing a felony and I kill someone, that's called felony murder, which is even worse. Well, if I'm just a serial killer, just killing them was the felony. I wasn't a felony on top of a felony. There's no motive to add on to. So that'll be interesting to see what the legal ramifications of serial killer are, because legally, from what I've been able to determine just over the last 90 seconds in my head, it gets you off on some stuff or lessens the impact to be a serial killer. But anyhow, he caught bad man going away. Bye-bye.
Hey, it looks pretty rough too.
Yeah.
He has one of those like tear tattoos.
And sooner or later, it's going to come out if the guy was here legally, illegally deported. It's all. But right now, we had a bad man killing people, and he's not killing them anymore.
Yeah.
So huzzah!
It's also interesting. Around the same time, there was an announcement. Some churches in Houston were removing the no gun sign, and what their response for people asking why are they removing it is they feel that it invites people who wanted to cause harm to the area.
Have you noticed that every school shooting happens in a gun-free zone?
Well, aren't all schools gun-free zones?
Yeah, that's my point. So it's to designate something a gun-free zone. All that does is put out a big old neon sign to someone with a gun.
I got to ask somebody who is a gun owner or more of a concealed handgun, person who carries their weapon on them. I imagine through the education process, they kind of tell you, hey, it's illegal to, like, from what I understand, it's illegal to have a weapon on you, even if you're licensed, if you're drunk, or if you're in a bar, or if you're in a place that says a gun-free zone kind of thing. Like, I think public schools and then the courthouses and stuff like that, right? Like, it's illegal. Like, if you get caught, you get your gun taken, you get your license taken away, right? So do you think people who don't have concealed handgun license, do you think they care or not if there's a sign?
People who illegally carry a gun. So let's say if say
you forgot.
I forgot that I don't have a license.
Yeah.
It's like driving a car, forgetting you don't have a driver's license.
Okay.
And going back to the previous topic real quick, answering Brett on that. Brett does say persons commit multiple murder or capital murder.
The reason I was trying to go with this is, say you do remove the signs, that still doesn't mean it's illegal or not illegal. It means it's still legal.
If the sign is removed, then you can carry your weapon in. There has to be signage.
I think there's certain areas that are protected under this, especially per state.
Well, we're talking Texas or Houston?
About Texas.
Texas or Houston, because remember, there are different ordinances.
That's why I'm interested in seeing how they fulfill this kind of, how they fulfill the law.
Well, if it is illegal to carry a gun onto church premises, which I don't see that being a law, but let's say if it is, then the sign doesn't matter, taking it down, because it is illegal. Although it could be a gray area, because it is the responsibility of the facility to post the signage. So the church could actually be held at fault for breaking the law.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how.
But if it's up to the church on whether or not they
I know that's just kind of the known myth about the signs, about what's really enforceable, what's not. And I'd be interested to know who's gone through the education, what seems to be, what is true, or talk to a lawyer Because I imagine there's scenarios that are very unique that, I'm across from a walkway from it and I'm in my car.
Yeah, a law can be set up to where it's impossible to not go through.
With the signs posted on the street sign, which I'm parked next to.
Mhm.
Does that still count? Is it like a line?
Good
or
question.
is it-
We need a lawyer in here. Just real quick, 5-second response to Brett. Absolutely, multiple murder, but different states have what counts as multiple. I believe it's 4. If you kill 4 people, that's a capital offense, or 1 cop. So to kill 3, not necessarily capital. So a capital case doesn't really fall into this serial killer right now, depending on how the people were killed, if they were killed in one crime or separate crimes. I believe that comes into it as well. And unfortunately, the number.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, we got Priyanka Jory getting ready to come in the studio with Woodlands Eco Realty and Pure Mutt's Animal Sanctuary. Stay tuned.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Does your company have needs that can be met by an employee who is dependable, hardworking, enthusiastic, motivated, cooperative, respectful, and punctual? Conroe Independent School District Special Education Department can meet your needs by connecting you with potential employees that have been preparing for a lifetime of employment. We have numerous individuals seeking paid and unpaid work experiences. If your company is interested in seeing how we can meet your business needs, call Conroe ISD Special Education Department to find the best employees for you at 936-709-7671.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Welcome back. Orange Lone Star, Dick and Skippy. I'm still Skippy. He's Dick.
Yeah.
Conversation going on the air and off the air. Great. Keep the conversation going. Just to wrap up previous topic, Brett did say in Texas, you're subject to capital murder if someone has a heart attack while you're robbing a Bolero. Correct. It's felony murder. Felony is being committed. Not robbing the Bolero and killing someone is not necessarily capital murder, but robbing the Bolero, which they're all becoming Circle K's now, so just thought I'd throw that out there. But that's a felony, and any death that happens during a felony is a felony murder, aka capital.
Do you think there's a lawyer out there who loves cases like that? Where
yeah.
Like you can just kind of find loopholes and figure all that stuff out.
Mm-hmm. It's fun. Everybody hates defense lawyers until they need one. Then you want the best. You want the defense attorney who knows every loophole and technicality known to mankind.
I just want Perry Mason.
Phone Perry Mason. Perry Mason only lost one case in his entire career, and then he found out that the one he lost, it was someone else. So it all came out in the wash. But that strange voice you heard on the air is Priyanka Jory. If you're watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, you see we got Priyanka here at the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So Priyanka owns Woodlands Eco Realty and Executive Rentals. So she is a area realtor. What's the other? Not an agent, not a booking broker. Thank you. Broker owner. And also, so we're going to talk about some realty stuff around here, but also Priyanka runs Pure Mutt's Animal Sanctuary, which is exactly what it sounds. She rescues dogs, especially like special needs dogs. And I saw the latest posting that you actually had a blind and deaf dog find the sofa and said, I'm going to.
So it's not that he found the sofa because, as you know, all the dogs are free and run around the house. So that sofa has been there. So one of my real estate clients, when she bought a new house and they were moving, they say, hey, Priyanka, we want to buy a new sofa. So here, this is for your dogs. So my dogs are obviously spoiled. That sofa has been there for almost 6 months, which my sofas do not last that long. And finally, day before yesterday night, Casper, our blind and deaf dog, decided like, it has been here for too long. It's time to redecorate.
Okay, so we have the Helen Keller of dogs destroying a sofa in your house. And the best part about this is you don't care. You're not freaking out and yelling at the dog. This is dogs being dogs.
This is normal. Like in my household, that's like, they were having fun and they decided, let's destroy the sofa. So we go through sofas, we go through beds, as you know, comforters and things like that all the time. My clients know it, our supporters know it. So we just like, okay, guys, time to bring your donations. By the way, we need twin beds. So we need 4 twin beds because 4 twin beds have been destroyed in our animal cabins. And apart from them, we are looking for really nice sofas, sofa chairs for our special need dogs to lounge around and watch Animal Planet in.
So if you guys haven't heard of or seen Pure Mutts, it's here in Montgomery County. It's 3 acres, right?
Almost, yeah.
Nearly.
It's like half that size.
I thought it was 3.
It feels like 3 acres. It's 1.5 acres, but the way we have allocated space.
So we're going to talk through like Priyanka's history here because this is like a really awesome history going on there. You don't have like a hot date in the next 15 minutes, do you?
Nope.
Good. Okay, cool. So Priyanka, as you may have guessed, if you're listening to her on the air, she's not from Lubbock.
Oh, come on. My Texas accent is so perfect.
I can just call them border accents.
Border accents?
Yeah.
Yeah. Priyanka is from India and has this really amazing story. I've had the joy of talking with her about her past before. So grew up in India and came to America because
I wanted to be a pilot. I got my pilot license and then I was flying for very small airlines. Then I was tricked into, but the biggest airline in India, Air India, was hiring briefing officers. And I was convinced, as at that time, there were no women pilots in there, that if I join as a ground crew, as soon as they start hiring women pilots, I would be internal candidate and have a first chance. And after briefing my classmates and other guys for 2 years and watching them getting commands and flying their own aircrafts, I got really depressed. And my bosses were, excuse me.
Yeah, that dust is killing us. Told you, Dick.
But my bosses asked me why I have stopped smiling and laughing. And I just told them that I can't take it anymore. And they gave me time off to go and do anything I want. So being International Airlines, I got a free ticket to come to US and try geology because that's what I've wanted to study. But as a hobby, it was supposed to be 6 months to a year kind of gig. But the government changed. And in India, Air India is government airlines. So as soon as the government changed, the management changed, and new management called me in the middle of semester and said, you need to come back tomorrow or you don't have a job. And being who I am, nobody tells me what to do.
I can vouch for this.
So I told them I'm not coming back. I stayed behind and finished my degree in petroleum geology.
Okay, so comes to America because you got a commercial pilot's license. This isn't just like flying a Cessna around the neighborhood. This is actually flying jets for businesses. Comes to America. They say you got to come back or you don't have a job. You go bye-bye. How do you say bye-bye in Indian?
You don't say it like that. You say it very politely. It's like, I don't think so.
Thanks for the opportunity, but and so stayed here, went to university and got a degree in petroleum geology.
Yeah, master's. So it's
Masters, I'm sorry. Holy cow.
No, 6 months turned into 6 years.
Okay, so you're in the petroleum industry now.
I was.
And I mean, at this point in your life,
Yes.
then what happened?
Well, so I actually wanted to be environmental geology. And Shell saw my presentation somewhere in American Association of Petroleum Geology conference. And they asked me to come and interview with them, which again, I refused and declined until my advisor and head of my department forced me to go. And Shell hired me, and I stayed with them for 3 years. Then I came to Anadarko because I thought it's too big of a company. I'm unhappy. I wanted to change the world, and it wasn't happening. Joined Anadarko and then realized it wasn't the companies, it was me. And I wanted to save special need animals. They always came first. But when you're working in corporate America, they have expectations. They expect you to work for them, attend meetings, do whatever.
How dare they?
Exactly. I was a horrible employee.
Did you do the whole, do you know who I am thing?
Exactly.
I've done that from time to time. It doesn't work.
No, it wasn't that. It was just like, hey, I just got a call. The dog is hit by a car. I need to go now. And if you have meetings going on or you're expected to show up for a meeting, they expect that you show for that. And for me, it was live for a meeting kind of thing. So that wasn't working out. And I became a senior geologist, a lot of responsibility and everything. But I was just not happy. I was making money that was helping me do what I was doing, rescuing animals. But I was spending more time at work versus taking care of the animals that I wanted to do. So I had to walk out.
Okay, so the petroleum geologist worked at Shell in Houston, came to Anadarko in the Woodlands, so that got you in the neighborhood, realized you want to rescue dogs, but the 9 to 5 just wasn't allowing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so what, did you just wake up one Tuesday and say, real estate?
Not really. So I walked out of that job without any plans. I thought, like, I got rich colleagues, I got rich friends. I'll just start a nonprofit, take care of the dogs, and they will make donations, and everybody will be happy. I hate asking for money. I hate asking for donations. So first 2 years after quitting my job, I lived on my savings, and petroleum geology industry pays you very well. So luckily, I'm blessed that I had that to fall back on. But within 2 years, I ran out of all those things, and I needed to make a decision to go back to petroleum industry or do something else. And I was so miserable when I was working in a corporate America. I knew I have to do it for my animals, but it most probably would have killed me. I would have just died of boredom and just unhappiness. So I always invested in real estate as a hobby when I was a geologist, just for fun. Every 6 months, I will buy a property, get it all nice and pretty. And that's what I liked about it. And I just happened to make money. So I was like, okay, let me try that again and see. It was a desperate thing that I was trying, and turned out I'm really good at it. So that just, first 6 months, I made enough money and had enough time to take care of dogs and pay all my vet bills. And I was like, I'm going to just stick with it. So that's how the real estate side started. It was supposed to be just real estate investments, but then my past colleagues started calling and saying, hey, can you help me buy a house or sell a house? You're good at negotiating. You're good at this. And the brokerage side was born just out of, like, everything else that I'm telling you. Things just happen in my life that are not planned, and they just worked out really good.
Mm-hmm.
So both investment sides, investment companies started flourishing, and the brokerage side started flourishing. And now we have really good, successful business in real estate that is helping our Pure Mercy Animal Sanctuary.
Cool. What separates Woodlands Eco Realty from, because obviously there's a lot of real estate presence in the Woodlands and it's growing. So does everyone who buy a house get a dog from you? I mean, how does that turn out there?
Well, most of our clients are dog lovers, and I'll say 100% of our clients. So when people find me, I don't know if you noticed, when you go online and look at my name or search for my name, my pictures show up, and most of the time it's with the dogs.
Every time it's with a dog.
Right. So when I first got my realtor license to help my colleagues, I had to go and work for a brokerage firm. And my broker told me this was a very unprofessional picture because I had a picture of Pitbull kissing me that I made my profile picture or my headshot. And I told them, well, this is my favorite picture. And he says, you're going to turn off a lot of people who don't like dogs. And for me, it was like, best thing. I mean, that means the people who don't like
You'd
dogs
only
are
be
not
dealing with people who do like dogs.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was the best decision I made. Like I said, I don't listen to people. I do my own thing. And that has brought me a lot of business. People who come to me after doing my Google search kind of thing, they're coming to me. They are dog lovers. And then they look at the reviews, say, okay, so not only she loves dogs, she also is good in what she's doing. So that kind of combines it. We call our company with a cause.
Company with a cause, okay.
Right. So that's the company, like whole reason Woodlands Eco Realty is founded, or I got into real estate so I can support my animal sanctuary. That is my calling. That's my passion.
And it's not like a secret. I mean, you let people know that your clients like, I'm selling you your house and this money is going to help me help these dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I won't work. So, I would rather spend time with dogs and taking care of them, especially the special need. I love older dogs. I love hospice dogs. I love taking care of them when they're injured and sick. And it takes a lot of time. And it has tremendous amount of vet bills that come with it. So to pay those bills and take care of all that expense, I have to generate money somehow. So what is the best way? It's like I really enjoy doing real estate. I love negotiating, and I joke about it. Like, I'm from India. I grew up haggling. So that's why
I'm horrible at it. My favorite car was a Saturn because you didn't argue over the price.
Right.
No matter where you bought the Saturn, that's what it was.
Mhm.
And so I'm the anti-negotiator.
Oh,
So
you should
I
take
need
me along.
Yeah, I was going to say, I need someone like you to.
I love negotiating, and I think it's like in my genes coming from India. It must be
Is like everything there is like you go to the grocery
you
store?
haggle, yeah. Unless you haggle and get like a lower price, you feel like you have been cheated. So a lot of my American friends, when they go to India, they get like, oh, we paid this much. I was like, why? You're supposed to
It's like
haggle
paying sticker price on a car.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I got this. Not a Saturn.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the real estate in like the Woodlands, Montgomery County, in the area, because there's a lot of growth going on now. A couple of years ago, like Exxon was moving in. I think there was like this big boom of everyone's going to build everything.
Yeah.
How did that turn out? And, what was it and what's it going to be?
So we are very oil industry dependent. When oil prices are up, we do really well. When oil prices are down, we don't do as well. So we don't track the economy like rest of the country does. So when country was doing very poorly, we were still doing well. When you were watching on TV, when say like, the real estate market has crashed, we were actually doing very well over here.
Oh, okay.
When Exxon was moving, 2013 and 14, we actually went so high in prices that I was feeling we were in a bubble, because prices should not be that high. Then 2015 and 16 came along. Oil prices went down. We started getting the adjustments. So 2015, we did not lose value. We got adjusted for the price that were too high. 2016 and 17, we actually saw there were no job growth over here. There were people who were scared to sell their homes because they don't want to move out. They were scared of losing jobs or not having jobs kind of thing. So it was impacting the community, and prices came down. There was a lot of inventory. So it was buyer's market. I was telling all my investors it's time to buy, but everybody starts thinking like, oh, market is so bad. They forget what the past was. Now that oil prices are coming back up, market has started moving up. We're going to get into seller's market again because I'm seeing a lot of job growth, as you said. So right now I have relocation clients. I have like 6 or 7 clients for the last 2 or 3 months, every month, 6 or 7 clients. And that's just me. Imagine all the realtors, what they are saying. A lot of people are buying, a lot of people are renting, they are coming in. This inventory is getting absorbed very fast. Like we had a really good sale last month and this month in real estate market that we haven't seen in the last 2 or 3 years. So market is booming, market is going.
Awesome. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're still hanging with Priyanka Jory from Woodlands Eco Realty and Executive Rentals and Pure Mont's Animal Sanctuary. We're going to talk more about, well, houses and dogs.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your question. Get seen on TV or YouTube and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Sponsor your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
We have the safest food supply in the world. Strict laws and regulations restrict the usage of hormones, antibiotics, and pesticides within our food supply. Production agriculture practices and technologies such as the use of GMOs, which is not any more or less risky than conventional crop production, has allowed American farmers to produce more food on less acres in environmentally sound ways. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make lives better.
Welcome back. 10:34 on the dot in the Mornings with Lone Star Studios. Dick and Skippy and special guest Priyanka Jory here talking to us off the air about the state of animal welfare in the area. And there are too many animals that need help, right?
Right. So this is like, I'm so proud of our city, but one thing I'm really embarrassed about Houston as a whole and suburbs, including us, Montgomery County and Harris County, we are the worst cities and counties in the country if you're an animal. We have tremendous animal lovers, but then we have larger population that does not understand spaying and neutering, essentials of spaying and neutering. We have backyard breeders who every weekend sell dogs $25, $50 kind of thing. They don't understand. People who buy these dogs from them do not understand. So right now, Montgomery County Animal Shelter has over 800, 900 animals that have been dropped off over there because people did not plan for their pets when they planned on their vacation. And people do not realize animals have feelings. Animals have attachments to their family. They treat them like objects and things. So they are being dropped off because family's going vacation, but they will get another dog or cat when they come back. It's a repetitive cycle that we see every year. And no matter how much we try to educate, people just are not getting it. And people demand for no-kill shelters. We can't do no-kill shelters. Cramming dogs and cats 3 or 4 in a small space is not ideal.
Right.
The fight breaks out, they get stressed out. It's more humane to let them go. And as a rescuer, it's a horrible thing to say for me. I want to save every animal, but I would rather that they have a good life than bad life. Right now in my messenger, I have messages from 3 different people in spring who are trying to get help for dogs that are tied outside, no food, no shelter, no water. And these are neighbors that other neighbors are trying to contact us. Like, we call the animal control. They can go help them. These dogs are dying. Dogs, are just out there. Families are nowhere to be found. Most probably they are on vacation. I do not have resources to help all these 3 families. There are 2 or 3 dogs in each situation. And I'm trying to figure out what to do. So when we go, we are going to provide food and water. We are going to build a shelter over there. It's a horrible thing to say that we may have to leave these dogs in place because there's no other place. If they go to the shelter, they will be put down. We are full as a shelter. Most of the rescue groups are full. It's a problem that I don't see how to conquer.
Well, it sounds like you need help. Now, I know we're talking about 2 different things. We're talking real estate, we're talking pets, but let's stick with the pets right now, because obviously with Pure Mutts, you're a 501c3 nonprofit,
We are
right?
nonprofit.
So, people listening in, check this out. Priyanka takes them in. This is something, and when I say special needs dogs, first one I met over there, her name was Mabel, 3-legged dog, who's just the sweetest thing ever. And so these dogs need help. She needs the furniture. She needs the resources to get them going, because the animal shelter is filled. CAPS is filled. SPCA is filled. Everyone's filled up, and it's a situation. So go to puremuttsanimalsanctuary.com. Find out how you can help these animals here. Help Priyanka save these animals. Priyanka really does walk the walk as well as talk the talk. This woman actually fussed at me because I cut down a tree in my yard, and she's like, it should have been moved. And I realized after the fact, because apparently trees are alive too, according to Priyanka.
Yes.
So there we go. So a lesson learned from that one. But so this is again, there's no easy solution to this, right? People aren't going to tomorrow magically start spaying their dogs. And
no, I think education, getting to the schools. If we teach kids today, they're going to become citizens tomorrow, the adults who will make right decisions. And if we teach kids today, they are going to take that information back home and tell their parents like what is right, what is wrong. We did it when I was growing up in India. India had a really big or high population of uneducated people. I mean, we got free 1948, right? So I'm talking about the school. When I was in school, we were taught things that we would go and tell our parents that teacher said this or teacher said that. And that changed the society. I go back to India now and things are really different. And I think that's where it helped India. So I think same thing can be applied over here. If we start educating our kids about animal welfare, I think we can change the society. So more school education and exposing kids to animals, bringing maybe classes to animal shelter, let them come and feed to the dogs and animals or cats, whatever. I think there's a solution. We just have to implement it.
now, once upon a time, many years ago, I did seasonal job at a mall pet store. I know. And what didn't last long for that very reason, that I knew there were a lot of animals. I know, especially around Easter time, you get all these ducklings and chicks, and all the kids are,
how do you do it as like from an educational standpoint where people get pets? What is the ultimate solution for being able to distribute a dog? Because you're kind of saying that the puppy mills are always a bad thing because there's more numbers being put into the area that can withhold. Because, in our family, we're typically a 1-dog family. But now I laugh at my parents as they gotten older. Now they have 3 dogs. And I'm like, why would y'all get 3 dogs if y'all are older? Like, you don't have the energy to give it all 3 of them their love, what dogs require. And it's just like, well, it's just one of those things. We didn't want to lose the other dog. So we took the other dogs, and it was more they care about animals. So what would the ultimate solution be for basically, where do I get a new dog? Was it just going to be just from the shelters or?
Yeah, shelter has, so a lot of people have this misconception that they need to go and buy dogs from a breeder. Unfortunately, my personal friends have done it where I got really upset and they said, oh, but I wanted this particular breed.
I wanted a cockapoo or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, whatever they are. Yeah.
So imagine so many people who do buy dogs from breeders, not everybody keeps them. They have to turn them in for one reason or another, right? So instant gratification, that part is over. And now you have a dog who's chewing everything. So these breeds also end up at the shelter. You just have to be patient. So if you want a particular breed, you can still get it from the shelter. It may not be today, but contact rescuers like me. I have resources and I have contacts all over the country with other rescue groups. So if you say, I want this particular breed for one reason or another, I can get you that breed. You have to be patient.
You don't just take care of animals. You also are open for adoptions. And
Yes.
things like that.
We have a bunch of dogs that are ready for adoption that people can come and play with and figure out. We have people who come to the sanctuary, and our requirement is you have to have time. You can't come and say, point out to a dog that I want that dog. So it's not about appearance. You
It's
have
an
to
actual fostering and adoption process.
Exactly. So you have to learn what their personalities are. I have people who wanted one particular dog because they saw it on our website and they came and realized that that dog is not a fit for their family. They fell in love with completely different dog. We have people who come for one dog and adopted 2 or 3 dogs, like you were saying. I say, oh, they are best friends at the sanctuary. They play together well. I can't separate them. So those things are possible.
And let's be honest, you know, your pure breeds, they're great for what they are, you know, they're show dogs and stuff, but no one loves you like a mutt.
Oh, yeah. So Pure Mutt's name, it's a pun. Because when I was starting a sanctuary, everybody was asking, so which breed you are going to rescue? Because people are so used to rescue groups being one particular breed.
Schnauzers, greyhounds.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to rescue all the mutts. And then Pure Mutts is a pun because all our dogs mostly are mutts, but we do get special breed also, but we always adopt them outside mutts because I don't want person to say, I'm adopting this dog because of this breed only. You have to love our dogs. However they come, blind, deaf, 3-legged.
I like the Silver Paw program you have.
Oh, yeah, Silver Paw program because I love my hospice cases and my older dogs. And a lot of people turn in their older dogs, which breaks my heart.
Well, that's what I was trying to convince my parents to do. And I was like, you know, you can get an older dog.
Exactly.
And
Like
so you don't have to do the walking all 3 dogs every day, but you know, that's what they choose to do.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, because one of my best friend got a silver paw and he loves it because it's like it's really easy. He hangs out at the house. And
they're the best dogs.
He's like, you don't have to like worry about training the inside, don't pee and poop.
Right.
And
Yeah, our dog Zen we got from the shelter, and he's 4 years old when we got him, and so he was past the chew. He just wanted to lay around, stink up the place, and have his belly scratched. That's pretty much it.
I know, like people say, like, how do you handle 40 dogs? All those older dogs, they just lounge around. They go out in the sun from their doggy door. They come back in, sit on the sofa, and watch Animal Planet.
Speaking of older dogs, and we're running out of time. I know we have like different topics to talk about. So we are talking with Priyanka Jory. So she's a business owner with and Seeker Realty. She's a broker owner, a realtor. And so in the area, believe me, if you're buying or selling, she knows what she's talking about. You go to woodlandsecorealty.com. She also runs Pure Mutt's Animal Sanctuary, puremuttsanimalsanctuary.com. It's a shelter, it's a sanctuary, you can adopt, you can foster, and she's looking for stuff there. But you also do another thing as well, and this is Acorn Manor. And I know we don't have a lot of time, but I do want to talk about Acorn Manor because this is so cool. So it's a senior living facility,
right?
Old folks' home for old people like me. But what separates this from like all the others in the universe?
So, as everything revolves around real estate and dogs, I was getting calls from people who are older moving into assisted living facilities and had to give up their dogs, or from kids whose parents have passed away and they had older dogs that needed to come to the shelter. And I wanted to have a program where when people are losing everything, when they're moving into assisted living, they're losing their home, furniture, everything, and not losing, they're leaving it behind. And then they have to give it on love of their lives, their pets. So I wanted a facility where they can bring their pets, but not only they can bring their pets, but when they pass away, if family cannot take those pets back, which was happening in a lot of cases, they can come to our sanctuary and stay there and live their natural life. And that's the part that nobody else was providing and doing, because there are assisted living facilities that may take a dog or a cat with you, or they will have their resident dog or cat. But I wanted where it's the next step, where when you leave this world that your pet will be taken care of their natural life, and they won't be put down just because you pass away.
So that's Acorn Manor. It's a Woodlands assisted living facility, just smack dab, beautifully located, just off of I-45, smack dab in the Woodlands, with the dogs just running around. And
Yes.
I've been there, and the old people love the dogs love the old people, and it's just really cool.
Yeah, we have a hospice dog right now. Her mom passed away, and she herself has a cancer. We got her leg amputated, but sadly, cancer is back, and it's in her uterus now. So she is on last leg, but she is loved, and she runs Acorn Manor.
Yeah, I've seen. Is it a 3-legged dog? I
Serena.
I know who you're talking about.
Mhm.
So, anyone wants to find out more about Acorn Manor, where do they go to?
Acorn Manor Assisted Living Facility.com.
Okay, Acorn Manor Assisted Living Facility.com, or just get hold of Priyanka. She's got a great Facebook presence. Like it's the Pyramids Animal Sanctuary.com, WithensDickerRealty.com. So many cool things. This is an awesome lady. Does a lot of great causes. She's huge in the community. She just keeps winning awards that she feels uncomfortable taking. But no, this is a gal who talks the talk and walks the walk. Thanks so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you for having me over.
Oh, of course. You got to come back. Tell us more.
Can I bring dogs?
Sure.
All right. You're on. I think Dick just had a heart attack.
No, I think we can.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
We had 30 high school students in here. It
Yeah,
couldn't
we have
smell any
dogs.
worse than...
Yeah.
Oh, my dogs don't smell bad at all.
You're listening to Dick and Skippy. We'll be back for our final section.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Have a legal question? Are you a resident of Montgomery County? Call 281-645-6344 to talk to a volunteer attorney from the Woodlands Bar Association. We answer the phones on the first Monday of every month at 281-645-6344 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to provide general legal information and information about legal resources to Montgomery County residents.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, president of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Is there someone you know who is hooked on vintage aircraft? Follow the Commemorative Air Force and its fleet of World War II planes, including the mighty B-17 Flying Fortress Texas Raiders, which is based in Conroe, Texas. Texas Raiders tours locally and all around the United States, offering the public a chance to put their hands on aviation history. What could be a more perfect gift than a flight on a historic B-17? Taking to the sky on the iconic bomber is an experience that will never be forgotten. For the touring schedule, reservations, or more information, go to b17texasraiders.org or call 855-FLY-A-B-17.
Watch out. You might get what you're after. Cool babies. Strange banana stranger.
Hello.
I love throwing you off sometimes.
I know, right? Welcome back. 10:51 on the dot in the Lone Star Studios with Dick and Skippy. Been listening to talking with Priyanka Jory, Woodlands Eco Realty, Pure Animal Sanctuary, and Acorn Manor Assisted Living with dogs. This is awesome stuff. So find out all about her. Priyanka, Priyanka, Jory, Johri. Look her up on Facebook or hit one of our websites. We'll be posting them up. Listen to us on podcast. Find out how you can help Woodlands Eco Realty, Pure Animal Sanctuary, or if you need to buy or sell a house or looking for like relocation services. She's your huckleberry. There we go.
Yeah.
So got a lot of topics we didn't cover today, so we'll talk about them tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta close it down. Close it down.
Already,
yeah.
I missed you already, Dick. I missed you yesterday. There was a void.
Yeah, it's definitely throwing me off. I definitely had that moment where you're sitting there and your brain goes blank, and you're like, "I'm supposed to be doing something right now."
I know, right?
And then
so I tuned into the show. I went to irlonestar.com and heard my own voice coming back to me, and realized, wow, I have a voice for a mime show.
There we go. Well, tomorrow we actually have another special guest. So we're going to have Leaping Butterfly Ministries in the studio, talking about their upcoming fundraisers and good stuff like that. So that's a lot of fun. If you or anyone interested in being a guest on the show, reach out to us at MWLS for Mornings Lone Star at irlonestar.com. That's our email address for the show, or we got social media, all that good stuff. And you can check out today's show on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook, and our podcasts. We got a good week this week, and anything else you want to close down with or say goodbye?
Well, tonight, just one final event you can go to at Rogers Stein Chiropractic Center right there off 105. They got their ladies' night out. Now, I got a pity invite, but I think I've been told I have to dress up as a woman if I want to go there. So I'm going to bow out of this one. But if you're a lady, go to this event. It's an annual event, and it's going to be wine and hors d'oeuvres and mini massages and a great networking event for women. Meanwhile, I'll be working on how the men can have a men's night out and what we can do in return.
All right.
Roger Stein Chiropractic.
Today's show brought to you by Conroe Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. And we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course, irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.